Blessings aimed. Online. Is everything online? Oh, let's find out. First, let me see if I can get my scene set before Lightstream crashes. Oh shit, wrong one. That's the wrong one. Oh, did I pick the right one before it crashed? No, I don't think I did. What's up, Nick? How you doing? Yeah, I don't think I picked the right one. I gotta reopen that. Oh, look, even my fucking browser on my phone doesn't want to cooperate. I'm not a big fan of Microsoft's web browsers. I'm not. I only use it for Lightstream because it seems to work best in that one. Uh, I just felt like I should stream. I haven't streamed in, well, I streamed 2 nights ago, but after the weekend I had, and then having a rough day at work Monday, I got kind of fucked up Monday night. That's mainly the reason I even decided to stream. I co-streamed with some good peeps, played some GTA. I'll give them a shout out right now, if I can type. I have to remember the gamer tags too. They're over on Mixer. Uh, I had a couple of tabs open on this too. Like, I figured I would comment on a couple of these news stories I see come up. Because I'll start up Edge so that I can open my light stream. And then, I get distracted because I see these news stories pop up. One that caught my attention was about Trump having a meltdown. Now, meltdowns is something that I know pretty well. Lord knows I could have one right now. I've consumed a fair amount of cannabis. God damn it, No, I've typoed. This is why it's nice to have shit, like, set up. That's... Oh, Jesus Christ. This is horrible. All fucked up. Alright, those are the 3 streamers I wanted to give a shout out to. I was playing with them Monday night into Tuesday morning. You know, just the shit that happened over the weekend, dealing with anxiety. I really didn't want to go to fucking work Tuesday. And I have accrued sick time, and I haven't touched a lick of my fucking vacation time all year. So, like, I said I was having a bad morning. Like, the boss has known me for fucking 20 years. Like, just, you know, and then I get the whole, well, I didn't hear from you all day, so no work tomorrow. We'll talk Thursday. Okay, that's fine, because today was the day of the fucking delivery that I didn't want to fucking do either. It's convoluted bullshit. Like, I don't make much more than a few of my coworkers that have far less fucking responsibility or tenor there. And it's kind of irritating. I hate that I get singled out too, because anyone who watches my streams for any period of time knows that I don't like tolerating bullshit. And sometimes because I speak my mind on that, it gets me into trouble. I feel like occasionally I'm singled out for that shit. But yeah, the weekend was fucking awesome. This is one of the reasons why, like, prior to the weekend, I wasn't very active latter half of last week, because I added Smashcast to the list of platforms that I'm streaming on. And I was getting a bot set up for that. And trying to get my bio updated. I'm trying to carry shit over from my Mixer bio into my Smashcast bio. So the latter half of last week was consumed by dealing with that. So that's really the only reason I didn't stream. Didn't really have anything bad going on. In fact, everything was going pretty fucking good. And then I go to meet somebody in person that I've been talking to for some time now. And that went down the fucking tubes. That sucked. That was a fucking shitty ride back, too. And then on top of it, like, you know, this is why after I die, I'm gonna kick God in his fucking balls as hard as I can. And I'm gonna open hand slap him like the fucking bitch he is. Because, like, it's not bad enough that, like, after a month of intense conversation with this woman, and, you know, Skype calls and texting and all that shit, to meet in person and have, you know, I felt like before we met, our interest was here. And then after we met, mine was up here and hers was, like, vaporized. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, I know I'm not the fucking best looking guy out there. That's why, like, when I first started streaming, my camera was so fucking far away. Like, I'm not photogenic. I'm not dumb. I know this. And then, you know, but like I was saying, the reason why God's gonna fucking get an earful from me the day I die. You know, so as if that's not bad enough. I drive 4.5 hours. I hang out with her for 2.5. So I start my drive back towards Boston. And while I'm still in New York State, on 95 in New York, the speed limit for cars is 55. The speed limit for trucks is 50.
Please specify how you would like to proceed.
Oh, what the fuck is this thing doing? Oh, whatever. I'm asking too much of this thing, aren't I? Stop. Just stop. Just fucking stop. I don't even need this browser open right now. So yeah, speed limit on 95 in New York is fucking 55 for cars, 50 for trucks. Wide open 3-lane fucking highway. I'm just cruising along. It's almost 60 miles an hour in the middle lane, minding my own fucking business. It was an emotional fucking ride home. So I was just doing my thing. And this fucking asshole gets up my ass. You want to go faster? The right lane's wide open, motherfucker. I mean, obviously, if you don't care about your headlight being out, and you don't care about the speed limit, you shouldn't give a fuck about being in the left lane in a truck. At that point, what the fuck does it matter? But no, he's gonna ride my ass. You know? So, I'm like, what the fuck? And we catch up to some other traffic. Surprisingly, there were people going slower than me on the highway, I know. And he goes and he passes me on the right. And he comes into my lane, and this motherfucker, if I had the dash cam in the car, I would have let him hit me. That's how fucking close he got. So, I zip around him in the left lane, I cut right in front of him and jam the fucking brake on his ass. Because I don't give a fuck if I'm in a car that's a fraction his size. You're not gonna fuck with me like that. Pop a fucking brake line. Nice. Pop a fucking brake line. So doesn't even have the desired effect. Because the car doesn't slow down adequately to be a threat to the fucking asshole. So that sucked. I did swerve at him when he passed me again. I think I scared him pretty good. I like being in a small... I have a 94 Oldsmobile. Grandma car, Cutlass Sierra. I love scaring guys in big trucks with that thing. Because I'm fucking crazy. 99.9% of the time, and it's 100% of the time if I'm in a work truck, but even 99.9% of the time in my own vehicle, I follow the rules of the road to the letter. You know, and one of the main reasons is because I don't want to give the cops a legal reason to fucking hold me up. My thought is if I'm not doing anything to give them a legal reason to pull me over, I should be pretty much all set. Not only that, it's a safe way to drive. You get into an accident, you're not going to be at fault, or at least you shouldn't be. And it should make it easier to avoid accidents. But that 0.1% of the time happened. Fucking asshole. I hope he shat himself too, motherfucker. But I had to drive from the New York-Connecticut state line all the way back up to Boston with no brakes, which actually wasn't very hard. The only interchange that required slowing down enough to touch the brakes is the I-90-95 interchange in Newton, Mass. That actually wasn't too bad. I still haven't fixed it yet. Tried after work Monday. That didn't work out too well. It's one of the reasons why I ended up getting fucked up. But yeah, like, I get put on this task of sorting rocks at work, and it's like I've never actually seen anybody who knows what they're doing do this for any period of time, so I have no known proper method to emulate or to try to emulate. And I never seem to produce enough clean product, or I'm always running into too much garbage. It gets my fucking anxiety going to no end. I've tried to explain this, and for normal or neurotypical people, it's fucking hard for them to grasp. But, like, it just gave me fucking terrible fucking anxiety, and I didn't want to deal with it. Like, we have fucking piles of rocks everywhere. We have like a dozen pallets of rocks sitting there that are not going to get sold this year. They're going to end up under snow. Like, and there's other people there that are better at it than me. So, like, the anxiety was fucking getting to me. It was hard enough keeping my shit together at work Monday. There were times when I couldn't. Fortunately, no one was around because I fucking hate losing it in front of people. Sucks. So I decided to take a day off Tuesday. And, like, again, you know, other people take days off and they don't get punished for it. So, like, not being told I couldn't work today, I guess, was supposed to be a punishment. Rocky road ahead. It's like it's been a fucking rocky road. I want it to smooth out a little bit, man. Like, like just a little bit would be nice. How is your evening going? I couldn't decide on something to play, so I did this instead. Yeah, just okay. Yeah, I feel you. If you want to vent, this is a good place to do it. Because I want to go back to work tomorrow. I slept a lot the last 2 days, so I'll probably be up the rest of the night. Hey, what do you think, Betty? Any ideas on what I should play? I don't know. Maybe I'll, nothing frustrating. Yeah, I know. That's one of the reasons why I opted against Fortnite. I really need to do some work on that, but, I don't know if I'm ready to do that just yet. Nothing frustrating. Fallout 4? I don't think I have Fallout 4. Do I have Fallout 4? I don't think so. That's not a free... Is it on Game Pass? I don't know if this is going to pause this. I'm doing this from the Xbox because my computer sucks. So I'm actually on the Xbox on full screen camera right now. Well, let's do a search for it. Let's see what comes up. So far it says I'm still recording. You know, I got Fallout 3 too, and I never played it. Actually, my daughter has a disc, so it's not here. Oh, it. No. Shit. Wasn't trying to do that. Install, buy to own, buy as gift. Oh, I can play it for free with Game Pass. If I want to buy it, it's $24. Why not? I'll install it. I think I got room. I got gigabit internet. Let's see how long it gives me for a time estimate to download this. I give it a shot. But, you know, this game made me think, well, a few things have made me think of this, is how unlikely it is. Needs to reserve 2 gigabytes? What the fuck do I have on here? I came to a conclusion that we're never actually going to see a nuclear exchange. Not unless North Korea actually starts it, because North Korea is actually broke and poor, and they don't really have anything. But as for everyone else, no one's going to start a nuclear war. Because it would completely destabilize the upper 1%'s hold on power if they did that. Because then the money that they use, U.S. currency, would have no value. What the fuck do I have on here that's taking up so much room? I don't need this. You know, I downloaded Rocket League. I never played it. I never even tried it. It strikes me as one of those games where, like, if you don't get in right when they start, right when it gets released, it just strikes me as one of those games that if you don't get in on the ground floor, you're fucked. All stored. I have 11 gigabytes free. What the hell does it need for this? Now I'm getting irritated. Once you get used to Fallout 4, it's a good chilled out game. Loads to keep you on your toes. I don't mind that. I'm actually thinking about firing up fucking Trivial Pursuit, because I only have like 5 more wins I think I need to get in that to get my get the achievement I was working on. Need to go into my games now. Delete shit. Well, Bridge Constructor can get the fuck out of here. I haven't played that in forever. That's easy enough to reinstall. I guess I can scrap City Skylines for now, too.
Direction unclear.
Thank you very much for that follow. You are fucking awesome. What else do I not need? Oh, Knights of the Old Republic. Like I'm ever gonna fucking play that. That's just fucking... I just wanted to see what an original Xbox game looked like when you fired it up on this thing. I think that's the only reason I downloaded that. And these emulated games, they actually take up more room than the originals did. Like a good example, Sonic the Hedgehog for the 360 is like 87 megabytes. It's almost 900 for this. Is it downloading now? It is downloading. It needed 32 gigabytes. Alright. Now, I'm streaming right now. And it's still downloading at... see, we're over 3 megabytes a second. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing. No, it's still holding between 1.5 and 2 megabits a second, which is pretty fast considering I'm streaming right now. Yeah, you know, Skylines reminded me a lot of SimCity 2000, and I was more into the original SimCity anyways. And that Skylines game is fucking hard. You start realizing real quick just how fucked up it is to run a city, because it's like everybody wants everything, but if you put the taxes up, I mean, like, I'm not even putting any money in. There's no money going into reserves at all, right? There's no saving whatsoever. This is how fucked up people are. That even in games, it's like this. There's no money going to reserves, but the second you notch the tax rate up over 13%, they start bitching. But below 13%, you can't fucking afford everything they want. So yeah, fuck public service. To say the least. So I was looking at this is downloading right now. Maybe I will try that out. Why not, right? It's free. I like free shit. Lightstream needs to give me the option of turning off the video feed to make this thing run a little bit faster. There was a news story on here I was looking at that I wanted to comment on. Whatever. It was just about Trump and how he has meltdowns and shit. And, like, I'm not a fan of Trump at all. But one of the only things I ever liked about him was the fact that he does have these meltdowns and shit, and he says shit that he really shouldn't. You know? I remember early on in his campaign, it was very early, it was like before the primaries, when you still had the full pool of people running for the Republican ticket, Democratic ticket and shit. Doing an interview in one of the morning shows, I forget which one. And they asked him too, that he asked him something like what he was going to do if he didn't win or something, or how he cared if he won. And he's like, I'll answer that question in just a moment. Weeps. Just bear with me. You know, he said, if I don't win, I go back to making my millions. Doesn't matter to me. You know, I'm like, well, that's kind of a cool attitude to have about it, I guess. To answer your question, though, about the flag, that is the first official state flag of the Confederate States. That, when you hear the term stars and bars, that is actually the flag they're talking about. Not that Dixie flag. The Dixie flag is not a historical flag. Okay? It's not. It was fucking started getting used in the 40s and 50s by fucking white supremacists and Dixiecrats. It is not all Southerners are racist. Not all Southerners believed in fucking slavery. That's something that, you know, I fly this flag because I don't have fucking faith in my government anymore. I don't. And if it ever comes down to a fucking war between the people and the U.S. government, unfortunately, the flag the government is going to be flying is the one that we all fucking pledge allegiance to now. You know? That's the fact of the matter. Southern Stars. I'm all for America. I don't like how we have a constitutional obligation to stand up to the government when they're fucked up, and now you have to risk getting branded a traitor or a terrorist if you have the audacity to question the government. We're supposed to question the government. They're supposed to work for us. Those motherfuckers, they put their fucking hands in my pocket every week, you know? Like, you know, fucking, you know what these are? Fucking pay stubs. The government gets their cut before I even get to look at these. And it's like this for everybody. Why do we put up with this shit? Why the fuck do we put up with this shit? We're the 99%. We're supposed to run the fucking show. But as soon as even a collective of people get together, and don't forget, we're supposed to have the right to assemble, but as soon as a collective group of people get together, they're branded as fucking traitors and terrorists. If they get too big, then the government just puts fucking agents in there to fucking stir the pot. All right? Don't get it twisted. For all the people in the Black Lives Matter movement that are doing it for a fucking legitimate reason, I'm telling you, there are fucking government agents in that movement that just stir the fucking pot, because racial tension is a great way to keep the fucking populace divided. All right? But you fucking government, you know? A $50 gross difference in my paycheck only results in $14 in my pocket. Start looking at your pay stubs and do the math. All right? It's fucked up. And they piss our money away. They just fucking piss it away. Our government has put us in so much debt, our great-grandkids are not going to be able to get out of it. I think we should have a limited anarchy. Limited anarchy. You should be allowed to do absolutely whatever the fuck you want, so long as it does not have any adverse consequences on anyone else. So before anyone comes out and says, oh, anarchy, then it's okay to murder people and rape people and kidnap and all this shit. No. That, I would think, would constitute an adverse fucking action against someone else. But, I mean, you shouldn't get fleeced by the fucking government on a regular basis. You know, and then you wonder why there's some people that are on the system that stay there. If any of you guys out there are on the system right now, or know somebody that is or has been, then you are fully well aware of how fucking hard it can be to get off. They have all the numbers just right. Just fucking right. That it's next to fucking impossible to actually get off and get anywhere beyond that. Our whole system is just fucked. I don't know why we put up with this shit. You know, and socialism, not socialism, but communism would work if it was not for fucking human greed and laziness. The very concept of communism is the idea that if everybody does what the fuck they're supposed to do, and we all work for the betterment of the human race, then we're taken care of in general. Like that's the whole theory behind it. And then you get fucking greedy dictatorship motherfuckers like Castro and fucking Stalin. And then our government takes advantage of that and says, oh, see, this is what communism is. This is why you don't want it. No, that's not communism. That is not real communism. China is not a fucking communist state. A communist state does not have a class system. They don't have an economy that separates the populace. Getting fucking heated. You know, yeah, they treat freedom as anarchy. Like, Eric Snowden should not be in fucking exile. He should not be fucking treated and labeled a fucking traitor. He did his constitutional duty in letting the rest of us know what those fucking cocksuckers were doing. And you know what? Watch the HBO Vice episode where they go to fucking Moscow and they interview him, right? And he makes a good fucking point. They cast such a wide net of catching everything and watching everybody that they don't even obtain their objective. They've never stopped a single terrorist attack with the surveillance. Not once. They have the data to stop the Boston Marathon bombings, but they've collected so much shit that they didn't even recognize it. That's why, like, I kind of fight that whole thing by just putting everything out there in public. Fuck it. If you got no skeletons in the closet, there's nothing the government can use against you, or anyone else for that matter. The day you stop giving a fuck is the day life gets a lot easier. The day that you stop caring about death, because the fact of the matter is we all die someday. None of us know when the fuck it's going to be. So the sooner you come to the realization that that's going to happen, it's that much easier. That, you know, life does get that much easier. And I will say that, you know, I'm going to get on a touchy subject. I'm going to talk about suicide for a moment. I don't promote suicide. But at the same time, I can understand why people do it. You know? There's been plenty of times I wanted to throw in the towel. But I fully understand the fact that when I decided to have children, or a child, I have one. She has an older brother that's kind of like a stepson. That's a long story. But I knew that when I decided to have children, I kind of put that option off the table. So now I have to deal with this bullshit life that I got myself into. The only fucking good thing I've ever accomplished was making her. But I can understand why people would do it, so it's hard for me to give someone a hard time for thinking about that. You know, Robin Williams, for instance, I could totally understand why he did it, and if I was in his shoes, I would have done the same fucking thing. I think it's wrong to condemn somebody for thinking that way. I think it's wrong to call somebody who committed suicide selfish, because I think it's selfish to expect them to put up with this shit if they really feel that badly that they don't want to. So, you know, I got mixed emotions on the subject, but I will say that if there's any positive lining to that matter, to that subject, it would be that when you think about such things, you start to realize that death is just a fucking another step in the process. Me personally, if I have to go, I want it to be for a good reason. Like, if I could sacrifice myself for a greater cause, I would. That'd be a good way to go. Cigs are bad. You know what? You know what? Fucking living is bad, okay? Living, you get cancer from fucking living, okay? There's plenty of people who have watched their health and exercised their whole lives, and they stayed away from cigarettes, and they didn't even so much as date somebody who smoked cigarettes, and they never did any drugs and didn't smoke any pot, nothing like that at all, and they fucking get cancer at the age of 55. All right, and there's other people like George Burns, for instance, lived to be 101. He fucking smoked cigars every day of his life. He drank a fucking glass of wine every day of his fucking life. Lived to be 101. So, you know what? I enjoy smoking cigarettes. I enjoy smoking cannabis. And since I broadcast from a location where recreational use of cannabis is legal, at least on Mixer, it's perfectly all right for me to do it. I'm a little fuzzy about the other platforms I'm on, but like Good Game, I have it flagged as 18 plus and controversial content, so hopefully I don't get in trouble with the Russian authorities. But you see, like that's the thing is like these is like I don't want my daughter to have to deal with that. So that's why, like for me, it's totally off the table. But honestly, like I'm worth numerically speaking, strictly numerically speaking, I'm worth more to her dead than alive. What she would get in survivor benefits because of how much I've already worked on the books in my lifetime is more than I'm able to provide her right now with all my expenses and shit. You know, it's and then like people are fucking all weird about talking about, you know, it's like you feel like you're not allowed to talk about the suicide subject unless you're just going to condemn it. That's the only thing that seems to be perfectly okay to do is if you're going to condemn it, it's all right to talk about it. My opinion on neo-Nazis, they're fucking cocksuckers.
Direction unclear.
All right? I don't even like people that drive German cars. Because I feel if you're driving a fucking German car, you're supporting the Fourth Reich. Go online and do some research about the Fourth Reich. All right? Thank you for the follow, D's. That's very nice of you. But, you know, fucking neo-Nazis. I don't understand. And most of my heritage is European. I do have a little bit of Native American background in me, but most of it is European, Italian, and Irish. But even I have a hard time trying to fathom why European white males have always had this attitude of superiority over every other ethnicity and gender. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Germans too, you know. I'm sorry, but Hitler was just one person, and he didn't fucking do it alone. Okay? He didn't fucking do it alone. The reason why they're neo-Nazis is because people still think that that shit's okay. All right? You know what's fucked up? Is if you drive a BMW, you should really do some fucking research and think about this. The family that owns a 40% stake in BMW is the richest family in Germany.
How you would like to proceed.
And I have a 94 Oldsmobile Cutlass Sierra. The thing's a cream puff. They have a 40% stake in BMW. They're the richest family in Germany. Their family has never suffered any fucking hardship since World War II. The patriarch of that family was nice and tight with the fucking Nazis. All right? And even in post-World War II Germany, they still floated by in fucking relative comfort. Meanwhile, they were as much responsible as anyone else for sending anyone to the fucking ovens, and they should have been fucking they should still fucking be gassed themselves as far as I'm concerned. I'll build some fucking ovens, and I'll fucking shove some Nazis in the motherfucker. One thing I agree with the Arabs is the eye for an eye bullshit. That Muslim shit of an eye for an eye, I fucking fully agree with it. I think fucking chomos should be fucking rounded up, and they should be fucking sizzled to within an inch of their fucking life, and then they should be fucking brought to recuperation so they can look at their fucking scars in the mirror every day and remember what kind of a piece of shit they are before they go to hell to roast for the rest of eternity. Motherfuckers are lucky. You think Trump's an unstable motherfucker? I would push the button. Oh, I would. I would fucking push the button. I'd give you all fair warning, but I would push the button. I would shake shit up. Hardcore. The upper 1% wouldn't know what the fuck hit them. I'll tell you why they won't push the button. Because the rest of us that actually work for a living, do I like crack? No. No. I like cannabis. I like LSD. I like mushrooms. I like to keep it natural. No. After watching, and I'm serious, after watching New Jack City, I don't think I could ever try crack. I know it sounds fucking ridiculous, but this is the thing, nuts. I think racism is an incorrect term for it. I think it should be called ethnicity-ism, because we're all the same fucking race. We are the same fucking species. Okay? If two dogs with two different fur types can walk up to each other and do the equivalent of shaking hands, which for them is sniffing each other's asses, without having a fucking issue, then there's no reason a white person and a black person can't do the same fucking thing. Like, this racism, the government perpetuates it because it keeps us divided and it helps keep us at bay. All right, the government is a big fucking part of the whole racism thing. All right, they have fucking operatives in the KKK stirring the fucking pot. They have operatives in Black Lives Matter stirring the fucking pot. They had operatives in the fucking Black Panther movement stirring the fucking pot. They're always stirring the fucking pot. They've been doing it since the fucking Civil War to keep us divided. All right, the Civil War. All right, the reason why I fly this fucking flag is because, as archaic as the idea of slavery is, I don't fucking agree with it. I've had jobs that paid fucking shit money. I would never ask anyone to fucking work for free. I think slavery is just fucking ignorant and arrogant. But they saw a president come into office that was crooked, and Abraham Lincoln was a crooked motherfucker. He was the first Republican president. He was a crooked fuck. The only reason he didn't want the South to secede was because of fucking tax dollars. Had nothing to do with freeing fucking slaves. And he was even quoted as saying that if he could keep the Union together without freeing a single slave, he would. If he could keep the Union together while freeing all the slaves, he would. He didn't give a fuck about slaves. The North did not give a fuck about black people like they want to say they did, because if they did, it would not have taken another 100 years to pass the Civil Rights Act. It shouldn't have been 100 years. That's fucking ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Do I like ass crack? Look at my Tumblr sometime. Only if you're really over 18. That's why this shit's 18 plus. Hey, get on these rants. Yeah, you can get
Direction
me on a rant.
unclear.
Get me on a rant about some controversial shit. Our whole system's fucked up, and yeah, if I had the nuclear football, it'd be very bad for a lot of people. But I'm also a Trekkie, and you know what's fucked up is even in the Star Trek universe, as utopian as that is, in the Star Trek history is a fucking thermonuclear third world war that wipes out a large portion of the population and destabilizes pretty much every existing government. That's pretty much what we need. We need a fucking enema. Yeah. She should do it. Get on a train, get on a plane, fucking drive. She should do it. If she wants to see Florida so bad, she should do it. She should take every last dollar she has if that's what's necessary. If she's dying, she should tell her creditors to go fuck off. A bill collector calls me and they're like, oh, you need to pay. Really? I say to him, be like, you gonna send fucking Bruno and Ajax to break my legs? Because unless you're gonna do something like that, no, I don't really need to pay. I need to feed my kid. I need to keep a roof over my head. You need to go fuck yourself. Heart disease. Yeah, did she even smoke? Do I think the Muslims will wipe us out in years to come? No, I don't think so, because there's been a conflict between Muslims and Christians for centuries now, which is fucking asinine, because they both worship the same fucking God. They just have different names for him. Since 10 to 12, my mother started smoking when she was like 8. Like, back then it was easy to get cigarettes. Like, you could send your kid, back in the day, I could send my kid, my 10-year-old to the fucking store to get me a pack of Marlboros if I wanted to. It's not like that no more. Do I believe in aliens on Earth? You know what? For one thing, we're on the outer reaches of the Milky Way galaxy. And for another thing, you look at how fucked up we are. If you were an alien species, an advanced alien species, and you spotted us in a telescope, would you want to come anywhere near this fucking mess? I mean, really? Enough for nothing, right? Say an alien species has the same kind of observation technology we do, right? They're not going to see us in the here and now. But say they're like, when was World War II? 70 years ago, roughly? Say they're roughly 70, like the next star. The next, the Andromeda Galaxy. Isn't that like 70 light years away? Let's say there's someone out there looking at us, right? And they have the same technology we do. They're going to see us in the 40s and 50s. They're going to see fascism at its height, which also doesn't look too good for us. Yeah, no problem, man. You can come back anytime. I really need to get on a... I need to get on a fucking schedule, but... I'm so erratic with this shit. It's usually late night. You know, and anytime anyone's having trouble with shit, even if I'm not on, my bots are up practically 24 hours a day. And it's so that, like, if you guys are, like, lurking, you can get points and shit. Well, it's nice of you guys to stop by. I know it's late. And it's late where I am. It was very nice of you guys to stop by and just listen to me bitch for a little bit. I think I'm gonna fucking play something, though. I've been bitching and complaining for almost an hour. Aliens on Earth, though, I wouldn't be surprised if they're here. I just think that they would fucking hide their presence. I don't think they'd make themselves known. Humans are too much of a fucking threat. The government would round them up and fucking test on them and shit. Try to reverse engineer their technology. And it's not like they would share that shit with us. No, you're not getting kicked. You have any ideas on what I should play? It's going to take Fallout some time to download, so I don't think that's going to happen tonight. But I was actually thinking of hopping on Trivial Pursuit. Maybe do a game of that. And depending on what kind of a mood I'm in, maybe Fortnite. Maybe I just jump on Fortnite. Just ranting kind of put me in a slightly better mood. No, I don't usually kick people, honestly. Like, even if you're being a dickhead in chat, I usually don't kick people, because I feel like if you're being a dickhead in chat, that it reflects poorly on you, not me. So, I really don't kick anybody, for the most part. He's releasing exotic tech to other countries. It would be nice if there was a fucking alien, you know, if we had first contact with an alien species. I think it really would help fucking unite humanity. But at the same time, I think I think overall we'd be hostile towards them, because that's just, I don't know what. We're at a fucking crucial time right now in human existence. The next 100 years are gonna make or break us as a species. And one of the reasons why we don't see more, why we haven't seen other civilizations throughout space, may very well be because they don't get past that certain, I forget what it's called. There's a certain point, though, in a civilization's existence where they go from a class 0 to or type 0 to a type 1 civilization, and it's theorized that most civilizations don't make it past that point. And if we don't get our heads out of our asses, we're not going to make it past that point. And humanity as we know it, you know, honestly, a zombie outbreak would really be the ideal scenario when you think about it, because what it does is it allows for a purge of the system. It allows for a purge of the scumbags. Those that are mooch bags won't last very long, so get rid of those fucking pieces of shit. And it doesn't have the kind of fallout that a nuclear exchange would have. It doesn't radiate the planet. All you got to do is wait for the zombies to basically decompose in place. Because if you think about it, after a while they're gonna decompose to the point where they're just not functional, and eventually the zombie issue is going to resolve itself just through time. So I think the zombie apocalypse, you know what, unfortunately I think it might. Quite honestly, I think it might. I don't know why it's so fucking ingrained in human nature to try to find someone that you're better than, or something like that. I don't understand it. People have given me plenty of reasons to not like them that I don't have to rely on what color they are or what ethnicity they are. I don't have to worry about who they fuck, what gender they identify as. People give me plenty of reasons to not like them that I don't worry about that superficial bullshit. It just there's more important shit to worry about in life than whether or not someone's the same fucking ethnicity as you. You know, it's people are afraid of gay people. It's like there's much more important things out there. Be afraid of your government. You know, gay people aren't coming to take your rights away. Your government is. Yeah, the problem is someone like me. Look what happened to Kennedy. He pissed off a lot of people. He pissed off a lot of people trying to do the right thing. There's a number of reasons why he got assassinated. There's a number of conspiracy theories, but realistically, they're all contributing factors. They would fucking kill me real quick. Oh yeah. But I am a little bit more educated than I like to think I'm a little bit more educated than Trump, in that I am a little bit more selective about my words when I post stuff or when I go on rants. I do try to have my facts straight. And like, if I ever say anything that's not factually correct, please let me know. I fucking
Direction
hate.
unclear.
I hate being wrong. I fucking hate being wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of things a lot of the time, so I hate being wrong. So like, I do try to have my facts in check before I go on rants about shit. That's something that Trump is definitely lacking in. Which doesn't make a lot of sense, because someone like him should definitely have people on staff that are like me, that are on the fucking spectrum, that are real aspy, that will go and look this shit up for him. You know? So, not so... I fucking love the game of tag, man. I do. I like the game of tag, dude. Fucking what was I doing? I like to give shout outs. So I have a command for my favorite female gamers that stream. I guarantee if you check out any of them, you will not be disappointed. Just please don't be a dickhead on their streams. That's all I ask. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this down. I'm going to start up a game. Oh, did you have any input on that? What do you think I should do? Should I play Fortnite or should I play Trivial Pursuit? Well, actually, I'll tell you what. Ashapedia is a pretty cool person. She's pretty chill. And Miss Tina's pretty chill, and so is Alpha Squish. They're all pretty chill. They really won't give you a hard time unless you give them a reason to ban you. Like, they're not gonna just see a game of tag and ban right on the spot. The other ones, like Hunt Some Zombies, she's pretty chill. She might give you a break. She might think it's funny, actually. She streams a lot during the day. No, those are my faves. Trivial? Yeah, why not? Sounds like a good idea. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire up Trivial Pursuit. I'm going to restart the stream on that, because I have this OCD thing where I need to... I don't just change the game information midstream and then start up that thing. I like to have a separate stream, so when YouTube makes the videos, they're all separate and shit. I got to catch up and doing my thumbnails and tags on that. That's a mess. That's an absolute fucking mess. Alright. I promise I will be back. I'm definitely going to be back. I'm gonna get my coffee refill, and I'm gonna fire up Trivial. Maybe maybe I can kick Skip's ass. All right. I will be back.